Hello everyone and welcome to today's maths class. Today we are going to start a new chapter. It is about chapter 7 compare numbers. So we are going to learn how to compare the numbers and today's lesson is 7.1. Under the chapter 7 we have a lesson that we are going to start is 7.1 greater than. The name of the lesson is greater than. So today's date is 24/1/2021 and day is Sunday and the pages for the classwork will be 400, 401, 402. So we are going to solve three pages and the homework page will be 403, 404. So that will be the two pages for the homework. So let's see what is greater than. Here, this is the first page of your chapter, chapter 7, and it's starting from the page 395. Now let's see what is greater than. Now, here, the greater than, it has a sign. Now, before we start with what is greater than, let me tell you a story about a hungry crocodile. So there was a pond, and in a pond full of water, there was a crocodile. And that crocodile was very, very hungry, and it was hungry always. But this crocodile, it only likes to eat the numbers. It is only hungry to eat the numbers. Now, also with the numbers, this crocodile only likes to eat the big number, that is the greater number or the more number. So, here we have the two numbers. As you can see, we have 3 and 2, and we have a crocodile. So, where is the mouth of the crocodile open? What does the crocodile want to eat? Whether it wants to eat 3 or it wants to eat 2. Now let's see the mouth of the crocodile. As you can see here, the mouth of the crocodile is open for the big or for the more numbers. So that is number 3. 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 here and 2 here. So now you know that crocodile, it only is the bigger number when it's hungry. So here we have the bigger number or the more object, that is 3 cookies, and we have 2 cookies. So it only likes to eat the bigger number. So the mouth of the crocodile, it's open to the number 3. So now you know that the crocodile, it only eats the bigger object. It only eats the bigger objects. So the mouth of the crocodile, it's open to the number 3. Now this is the sign of the greater than number. This is the sign of the greater than number. The mouth is open. Look, the crocodile mouth is open. It shows that it is the greater number. It wants to eat the bigger number. So now you know that there is 3 and there is 2. So now it wants to eat the bigger cookies or the more cookies. So the mouth of the crocodile, it's open to the greater number. Now you have to compare between the two numbers, that is 3 and 2, which is greater. So we have the number 3 and then we have the number 2. So which is the more here? The greater is number 3. So you put a sign here so that it looks as if the crocodile is eating the bigger number. So that's the number 3. So how do you read this as? You read this as 3 is greater than 2. So 3 is greater than 2. Let's see some more examples where here we have the symbol, the words, and the example. So the symbol of greater than, as you can see here, this is the symbol of the greater than. The mouth of the crocodile, it's open. Then it is called greater than. So we have here two numbers, 10 and 3. So between 10 and 3, which is the greater number? It is the number 10. So the mouth of the crocodile is open to the number 10. Now here the first number on the first side, we take the number 3. This is the first side and this is the second side. So the first number is 10, big number. So we write it as greater than. Now this is the sign for less than. The same. The crocodile, it eats the bigger number. We have 2 and 6. Here which is greater? The number 6 is greater. So the mouth of the crocodile is open to the number 6. But Look at the back side of the crocodile. It is facing the less number, and this is the first side, first number that we are taking. That is less. So we write it as less, and we read it 10 is greater than 3 because the mouth is open to the first number 10. Here, 2 is less than 6 because this is the backside of the crocodile facing to the number 2. So we read it as 2 is less than 6. About the less than, we are going to learn in the next chapter, that is 7.2. But here, let's see what is greater than. Let's understand what is greater than. And again, we have some more example. We have the number 5 and number 4. You have 5 chocolates and you have 4 chocolates. So which is the greater? Which is the crocodile going to eat? Yes, it is always eating the bigger number. So that's the number 5. So the mouth is open to the number 5. Now, how do you read it as? 5 greater than 4. 5 is greater than 4. Now, till now, you have learned about the single digit number, that is the one number which is greater. Now, you're going to learn about the two numbers. If you have two numbers, how you're going to compare and find out whether it is greater or not. So, we have the number 18 here. This is the two digit number. So, for 18, I'm going to take and write it as tens and ones. Again, tens and ones. So when I write tens and ones, so now I'm going to take the tens side first. So 1 and 2. Now you know between 1 and 2, you have one chocolate and you have two chocolates. So which is greater? Which is more? Yes, the 2 is more. So I open the mouth of the crocodile to the number 2. That is the 2. Now, then now they're changing the numbers. They are switching the numbers. They are going to write 27 first and then 18. No need to take the two numbers as a whole. Just take one number first. That is the tens. So 2 and 1. Again, you know that 2 is greater. So, of course, the mouth is open to the number 2. So, this is how you do greater than. Let's see some more examples here. We have 45 and 54. Again, I'm going to take the first number, 4, 5. So, which is greater, 4 or 5? Which is more, 4 or 5? Yes, so 5 is more. So, I'll put the crocodile mouth open to the number 5. That is the greater number or the bigger number. So, the mouth is open to the greater number. So the next number we have the number 12 and 76. So again, I'm going to take the first number, that's the tens, 1 and 7. So now again, you know which is the greater, 1 or 7? Yes, the number 7 is greater. So I'm going to open the mouth of the crocodile towards the 7. That's the sign how you show that it is greater, the which number is greater. And then we have 9 and 9. Look, I have the same number here on both the sides, 9 and 9. So I cannot make any difference that which number is greater or which number is more or which number is the bigger number. So I'm going to take the next number. So here I have the tens. I'm comparing the tens and the tens. No difference. So I'm going to take the ones now. That is number 8 and 2. Now, between 8 and 2, you can compare which is greater, right? So, 8 is greater. So, I'm going to open the mouth to the number 98. So, this is how you compare when the first number is the same. You cannot compare. Go to the next number. Compare the one side. When the tens is not when the tens are equal, let's check the ones. Now, the next here below we have 57 and 85. So I'm going to take 5 and 8. That's easy because we know 8 is greater. So let's put the sign here to the 85. Then again, I'm going to take 7 and 7, the tens. That is the equal. I'm going to take the ones now. 2 and 9. Now, between 2 and 9, which is greater? That's the number 9. So 79 is greater. So let's open the mouth towards the 79. So now you know the difference, which is greater, which number is big. The crocodile is always hungry for the bigger number. So open the mouth of the crocodile towards the bigger number. Now let's move on to our textbook page. Let's write the date on the top. CW 24 1 2021. That's our date. Now, to compare 25 and 17, first compare the tens. This is the same that I have explained to you before. We are going to compare the tens and the ones when there are two numbers. So, as you can see here, the first one we are going to compare the 25 and the number 17. Look at the models here. When you see the models, you know that this is two tens and five ones. And here we have one tens and seven ones. So we have the number 25 and 17. Now let's compare between 25 and 17. Now I'm going to take the number 2 and 1. I'm going to compare 2 and 1. When I take the number 2 and 1, you know which is greater. Look at the mouth of the crocodile. It is always open to the bigger number. That is the number 25. So how do you read this as? 25 is greater than 17. Now, the next one. If the tens are the same, compare the ones. The same. Now, if the tens are the same, as I said you, when the tens are the same on the both the sides, same numbers, you cannot compare. You don't know whether which is greater or whether it is less. So you're going to compare the other number, that is which is on the one side. So we have here 1, 10, 7 ones. 1, tens, and 5 ones. So I'm going to compare the number 17 and 15. Now, the first on the 10 side, we have 1 and 1, which is the same. We cannot compare. So let's move on to the ones 7 and 5. Between 7 and 5, which is greater? Yes. So 7 is greater. So open the mouth towards 17. So now you know the difference now. Use your math board and the cubes to show each numbers. So here we have circle the greater number. So between two numbers, we have to circle the greater number. Then the tens or ones help you decide. So what helps you decide? You choose the tens, you check the tens, whether it is same or no. Then you check the ones. So you have to decide which helped you. Then write the numbers. Then we are going to write the greater number and then the smaller number. So question number 1, we have 62 and 65. So let's compare. I have here 6 on the 10 side and here again I have 6. So I cannot compare. So I cannot compare with the tens. So let's move on with the ones. 2 and 5. What about 2 and 5? Which is greater? Yes, 5 is greater. So let's circle the number 65. Now, 5 is in the ones place. So we have compared the ones. So let's circle ones. Now, we are going to write the first greater number. 65 is greater than 62. So again, 65 greater than 62. So this is how we compare. Now, question number 2. 84 and 48. Again, we are going to compare 8 and 4. So you know which is greater, 8 or 4? Yes. So 84 is greater. Now, did we compare the tens or the ones? Yes, we compare the tens. So let's circle the word here, tens. Now, which is greater number? 84 is greater than 48. So let's write the number 84 and 48. Now, question number 3. We have 72 and 70. So I'm going to take the first 7 and 7. I cannot compare. So now I'm going to take the number 2 and 0. So compare 2 and 0. You have 2 chocolates and you have 0 chocolates. So what do? Which is greater? Which is more? That's the number 72. So we are going to circle the number 72. And now, did we compare the tens or the ones? Yes, we have compared the ones. So let's circle the word ones. Now let's write the greater number 72 and 70. So here 72 is greater than 70. So this is how you write it. Now let's move on to the next page, 401. On page 401, it is the same as we have done in the previous page. So let's move on to question number 4. 57 and 75, the same way. You're going to compare the tens and the ones. 5 and 7. Between 5 and 7, which is greater? The number 7. So let's circle 75. So what did we compare? We compared the tens or the ones. Yes, we have to get the first one. So that is the tens. So we are going to write 75 is greater than 57. So the same way, 75 is greater than 57. Now we have question number 5, 94 and 98. So I'm going to take 9 and 9. Now the tens, both the tens are the same. 9 and 9 are the same. So I cannot compare. So we are going to take the ones, 4 and the 8. So let's compare 4 and 8. So which is greater between 4 and 8? The bigger number is number 8. So let's circle 98. Now, what did we compare? We compared the tens or the ones? Yes, we have compared the ones. So 98 and 94. So 98 is greater than 94. So we are going to cross out question number 6 and question number 7. Now let's move on to the next page, 402. On page 402, we have question number 8. Color the balloons that show numbers greater than 56. So we are going to take the number here 56. As you can see, 5 and 6. And we are going to compare the number 56 with the other balloons. And we are going to check whether it is greater than 56 or not. So the first one we have is 46. So let's take the number 5 and the number 4. So which is greater? 5 and 4. Which is greater between 5 and 4? Of course, you know the 5 is greater and 4 is not greater. So we have to check that it is should be greater than 56. So this is not the one. So let's cross it out. And then we have 59. 5 and 5 is same. So let's check 6 and 9. So which is greater? Is 6 and 9? Yes, 59 is greater. So we are going to color the balloon 59. Now, let's move on to the next one. We have 1, 10, 6 ones. 1, 10, 6 ones. Means it's a 16 number. So let's compare 1 and 5. So is 16 greater than 56? No. So we are going to cross it out. Then we are going to take 100. So 10 tens and 0 ones, right? So 10 is 10 greater than 5? Yes, 10 is greater than 5. So we are going to color this balloon. Now the next one here. 1, 1, 6, 10. So it says 6, 10. So 6 will be in the tens place and 1 will in the ones place. So what's the number we get? Yes, 61. So we are going to take the number 6 and 5. Which is greater? 6 or 5? Yes. So 61 is greater than 65. So again, this is the greater than 56. Then we have the number 80. 8 and 5. Is 8 greater than 5? Yes. So again, we are going to color it. Then we have 5 and 5 is the same. 6 and 0. Is 50 greater than 56? No. Now, 5 and 5. 6 and 2. Is 52 greater than 56? No. Now we have 6 and 5. Yes, 65 is greater than 56. So we are going to color it again. Now, question number 9. Compare. Is the math sentence true? Choose yes or no. So we are going to compare and choose. Now, we have 37 is greater than 43. So we have to check whether it is true or not. Whether it is true, yes or no. You have the number 37. 3 and 4. Is the number 3 bigger than the number 4? No. So this is not correct. 4 is greater, right? So 43 should be here and 37 should be here. So this is not. No. Now we have 41 is greater than 39. 4 and 3. Is 4 bigger number than 39? Is 4 greater than 39? Yes. Then we have 48 and 52. We are going to take the first number, 4 and 5. Is 4 greater than 5? No. And also look at the sign, the crocodile. The mouth is open to 48. Is it true? No. It's wrong. Then we have 86 and 68. 8 and 6. 8 and 6. The mouth is open to 8. Is this correct? Yes. So it is no, yes, no, yes. So that's all for today's class, everyone. This will be your homework page 403, 404. That's all for today's class. Bye bye, everyone. Take care. And thank you so much.